Old Town Road rapper Lil Nas X has been charged with battery on a police officer after he was arrested and hospitalized in Los Angeles.
Well, there's video of him, and here he is just walking the streets. The artist, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, he was arrested yesterday morning after he was seen in a video, first obtained by TMZ, wandering down the street, acting erratically, saying crazy things, and not wearing much but his underwear and a pair of cowboy boots. He reportedly punched an officer twice in the face that morning, and that led to his arrest. Police say he was also taken to the hospital, maybe for a possible overdose. Lil Nas X is still behind bars at this time. His reps have not commented on the situation.
Lil Nas X officially rode till he can't no more, but not on a Grammy stage behind the bars of Valley Jail. It all stemmed from a chaotic night when at 4 a.m. on Ventura Boulevard, he stumbled around like a madman in nothing but white briefs, cowboy boots, and a traffic cone worn backward as a hat, muttering nonsense under the stunned gazes of passersby. Locals quickly called the cops, and within minutes, the star who once shook up Billboard was tackled to the pavement, cuffed, charged with assault, and hauled off to Valley Jail. It's hard to believe that just 6 years ago, Montero Lamar Hill smashed records with Old Town Road, holding the Billboard #1 spot for 19 weeks, becoming an icon who shattered stereotypes and a music trailblazer hailed worldwide. But today, he's just a lost star sitting behind bars with no clear path back. From a generational icon to a public train wreck, this stark contrast forces the world to ask, where's the line between art and self-destruction? And more crucially, can Lil Nas X find a way back after this relentless nosedive? To grasp Lil Nas X's downfall, we need to rewind to 2018 when Montero Lamar Hill, a college dropout, uploaded Old Town Road to SoundCloud. With its blend of country and hip-hop, the song wasn't just a musical hit, it was a cultural revolution. It shattered genre boundaries, getting kids and adults alike singing, "I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road." For just $30 to buy the beat, Lil Nas X built an empire. The Billy Ray Cyrus remix made it the longest-running Billboard Hot 100 done in history, holding the top spot for 19 weeks. 2 Grammys, a slew of nominations, and praise from both the music industry and fans catapulted him from an Atlanta nobody to a global icon.
Then I found this beat on YouTube, which is the Old Town Road beat by this guy named Young Keo. And I made this song. It was like a loner cowboy running away from everything. And Old Town Road is like this path of success, and like, you know, we want to continue on this.
Fans were drawn to Lil Nas X not just for his music, he was a master of social media, turning Twitter and Instagram into powerful promo tools. With witty memes, bold posts, and eccentric fashion, he crafted an image that was both relatable and rebellious. But even in the glow of fame, cracks were showing. In a 2019 Instagram post, Lil Nas X candidly shared his battle with depression and anxiety. He admitted to turning to drugs to cope, calling it a way to escape reality. Fans enamored with his vibrant persona saw these revelations as a mark of authenticity, a charming trait in a young star. They overlooked the warning signs, not realizing the seeds of chaos were sown early. Instead, they fixated on his success. Millions of streams, sold-out shows, and articles hailing him as a game changer. But that meteoric rise pushed Lil Nas X down a dangerous path, where he began to believe attention, positive or negative, was the key to staying on top. He didn't just want to make music, he wanted to make history. To do that, he chose a strategy that would define both his career and his downfall, weaponizing shock value. This is where his story took a turn, from an inspiring artist to someone teetering on the edge of genius and chaos. But this strategy wasn't just theoretical, it quickly took shape in reality. Lil Nas X proved himself a master at turning outrage into profit. His X-proclamation, "The people who get offended are the ones who need to be offended," wasn't just a quip, but a guiding principle for his personal brand.
So what would you call what you do? Trolling, marketing, what is it?
It's all of it. It's all of it. It's trolling, it's marketing. It works. Anybody that's pissed off are the exact people that needs to be pissed off, you know?
In a music industry where attention is the most valuable currency, Lil Nas X showed that nothing grabs eyes faster than a meticulously planned scandal. And no scandal illustrated this better than the Satan Shoes project launched in 2021, a campaign that didn't just shock but became a symbol of audacity in the social media era. In March 2021, Lil Nas X teamed up with the art collective MSCHF to release Satan Shoes, a product that made the world do a double take. These weren't ordinary fashion sneakers, they were a direct challenge to cultural and religious norms. Limited to 666 pairs, a number tied to Satan in Western culture. Each shoe was marketed as containing a drop of real human blood from MSCHF members mixed with red ink in the sole. They featured a bronze pentagram on the laces and a fabricated Bible quote, Luke 10:18, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." Built on the Nike Air Max 97, each pair cost $1,018, a price deliberately referencing the chosen verse. This wasn't just a commercial product, it was provocative art, a head-on assault on conservative values and moral taboos. The launch of Satan Shoes sparked an immediate firestorm. Social media overflowed with polarized reactions. Conservative groups, from religious critics to politicians, condemned the project as blasphemous, an insult to Christian faith. Some branded Lil Nas X a heretic and called for boycotts of both him and the shoe. Conversely, fans and advocates of boundary pushing hailed it as bold art, a celebration of personal freedom. On X, one user wrote, "Lil Nas X isn't afraid to break limits, and that's why I love him." Major outlets from CNN to tabloids covered the shoes, making Satan shoes a blazing topic across platforms.
I didn't know who Lil Nas X was. Lil Thug, whoever. I had no idea who he was. We was riding this morning. Hudson said, "Well, you know what made him famous?" I said, "Well, he said, it was that horses song. Got my horses and whatever that song." I was like, "Man, that song got a cool beat. I'll never be able to listen to it again. Bunch of devil worshiping, wicked nonsense. Pentagram wearing on your Nike tennis shoe 666. You think I'm gonna stand for that? You've lost your mind. You tell Lil Nas X I said so. Bunch of Satanism, bunch of wickedness, bunch of devilism, bunch of demonism, bunch of psychotic wickedness."
Nike, dragged into the controversy without consultation, reacted swiftly. They sued MSCHF, claiming the Satan shoes violated their trademark and harmed their brand image. Nike insisted they had no involvement and demanded a court order to stop distribution. The lawsuit only intensified the debate, thrusting Satan shoes into the global media spotlight. Astonishingly, despite or perhaps because of the uproar, all 606 X pairs sold out online in under a minute. At over $1,000 each, the project raked in millions, not counting the massive brand boost Lil Nas X gained from the tidal wave of attention. Facing the backlash, Lil Nas X didn't back down. On X, he mocked critics, calling them hypocrites and posting memes ridiculing their outrage.
This is about much more than shoes. Mr. Nas X, are you gay? What does this have to do with the shoes?
One tweet read, "Y'all mad about shoes but silent on a world full of injustice. Sad." This defiance fueled the fire. Critics grew angrier, accusing him of baiting for attention. Reddit posts noted, "Lil Nas X knows exactly what he's doing. Every curse thrown at him is a view for him." Meanwhile, fans cheered his confidence, seeing it as a bold assertion of identity. An Instagram comment summed it up, "He doesn't care who hates him, and that's what makes him iconic." But the Satan shoes controversy wasn't just about footwear. It opened a new chapter in Lil Nas X's story, where he kept pushing boundaries to stay in the spotlight. Right after the media storm of Satan shoes in early 2021, Lil Nas X kept the world reeling with the music video for Montero Call Me By Your Name, a work that pushed shock value to new heights. If Satan shoes was a provocative statement, the Montero video was a cultural revolution, a bold challenge to norms around religion, gender, and identity. Released in March 2021, it wasn't just a music video, it was a controversial art performance that cemented Lil Nas X's status as a master of turning outrage into success. The Montero video opens in a fairy tale setting with Lil Nas X in a lush Eden-like garden draped in lavish attire, strumming a harp. But the serene vibe quickly shifts as he's tempted by a serpent, an allusion to the Bible's Adam and Eve story. From there, the video takes viewers on a surreal journey. Lil Nas X is judged by himself in an ancient courtroom, condemned, and slides down a stripper pole into hell in a provocative, sensual scene. The climax features him in hell, clad in tight leather, performing a daring lap dance for a red-eyed, horn-crowned Satan. But instead of submitting, Lil Nas X flips the script. He snaps Satan's neck, steals the devil's crown, and declares himself hell's ruler. Paired with the song's infectious beat, this imagery didn't just shock, it sent a powerful message about personal freedom and self-acceptance, especially as Lil Nas X had recently come out as gay. The video's release sparked an immediate firestorm across social media and news outlets. Conservative groups, including religious leaders and politicians, denounced it as blasphemous, an assault on Christian values. One U.S. pastor called it an attack on traditional morals, while some politicians pushed to ban the video from public platforms. On Twitter, the hashtag #BanMontero trended, with comments labeling Lil Nas X a heretic and calling for his boycott. Conversely, fans and LGBTQ+ activists hailed the video as revolutionary art. An Instagram post read, "Lil Nas X turned the pain of discrimination into power, and that's why he's an icon." Cultural critics joined the fray, some seeing the video as a bold statement of individual freedom, others dismissing it as a cheap stunt for attention. Major outlets like The Guardian and Rolling Stone published analyses, making Montero the center of every conversation.
No! That! Yo, Lil Nas X, you could eat my whole dick. I hate that nigga, bro. That shit just popped up in my head, bro. That nigga, bro, now word of my mother, bro, God gonna handle you in the right way. I didn't even talk about that yet, bro, but look, God gonna handle you, bro, and you're, bro.
What he did?
No, bro.
What he did?
No, bro.
Lil Nas X met the backlash with his signature defiance. On X, he wrote, "Y'all hate me for being true to myself, but I'm not here to please anyone." He stoked the fire with sarcastic tweets like, "If Satan's not as scary as you say, why fear it dance?" He also shared memes mocking the public's outrage, including one of himself wearing the devil's crown with the caption, "Call me whatever, just keep talking about me." This boldness wasn't just confidence, it was a savvy strategy to stay in the spotlight. Each tweet was a jab, keeping the controversy alive and extending Montero's reach across media platforms. The public's reaction to his defiance only heated things up. Critics grew angrier, accusing him of baiting for profit. An X post read, "Lil Nas X knows every curse is a view, and he's laughing at us all." Some Reddit threads called him an opportunist, arguing he was exploiting religious sensitivities for cash, but fans adored his fearless attitude. A TikTok user commented, He's not scared of anyone, and that's why I'm Team Nas. LGBTQ+ activists backed him, seeing his responses as a stand against bigotry and a reclaiming of identity. This divide didn't just keep Montero in the spotlight, it turned it into a cultural phenomenon debated everywhere from online forums to talk shows. The outrage over Montero fueled its commercial success. Every critical post, every protest hashtag became free promotion. The video racked up millions of YouTube views, pushing the song to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in its first week. The Montero album later earned Grammy nods, solidifying Lil Nas X as an emblem of audacity. But this triumph raised questions among fans. Was every move calculated for controversy? On forums like Reddit, some wrote, "He knows how to keep people talking, but is he leaning too hard on outrage?" Still, there's no denying the Montero scandal propelled Lil Nas X to a new career peak. But Montero was just one chapter in Lil Nas X's turbulent journey, and these dazzling controversies were quietly leading him toward an inescapable abyss. From deliberately using outrage as leverage, Lil Nas X slowly stepped into the most dangerous territory, when scandal stopped being a strategy and became a trap that swallowed him whole. In the early hours of August 21, 2025, on the bustling Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, Lil Nas X appeared in an unbelievable state, clad only in white briefs, pristine cowboy boots, and an orange traffic cone worn backward as a hat. A TMZ video captured him wandering and singing, pointing at a passing car, and muttering about a party that doesn't exist. The scene felt like a bizarre Grand Theft Auto NPC glitch bleeding into reality.
Nah. Hey, don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. Nah, go ahead, babe. Nah. Go ahead, babe. Nah. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. Don't miss the party tonight. Why are you still here? You need to be telling everybody about the party, girl. What's your problem?
According to the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD report, his near-naked appearance at 4 a.m. and erratic behavior sparked panic among locals, prompting multiple This violated California Penal Code Section 647 for disorderly conduct, carrying a potential $400 fine or up to 90 days in jail if convicted. Things escalated when police arrived. Per the LAPD report, when officers approached to check his condition, Lil Nas X lunged, punching one officer twice in the face before being subdued and cuffed. A witness recounted him yelling, "Uh-oh, somebody's gonna pay for this," a mix of arrogance and desperation, as if he were still trying to maintain his defiant persona amid a crisis. This violated California Penal Code Section 24(3) for battery on a peace officer, which could lead to up to a year in jail or a tooth. If proven to involve injury or serious intent, it could escalate to a felony with up to 3 years in prison. This wasn't just a spontaneous outburst, it was a legal turning point, putting Lil Nas X at real risk of incarceration. Suspicions of drug use made matters worse. After being subdued, Lil Nas X was taken to a hospital, as officers believed he showed signs of being under the influence, based on his erratic behavior and lack of control. According to an LAPD source, once deemed medically stable, he was transferred to Valley Jail in Van Nuys. If drug tests come back positive, he could face additional charges under California Health and Safety Code Section 115(2) for being under the influence of a controlled substance, carrying up to a year in jail or mandatory rehab. With combined charges of assault, disorderly conduct, and potential drug use, Lil Nas X faces an unprecedented legal quagmire. Public reaction to the incident was deeply divided. Some expressed concern, seeing it as a sign of a severe mental health crisis. On X, a fan wrote, "He needs help, not mockery." Lil Nas X's past disclosures about depression, paranoia, and substance abuse bolstered this view, painting a picture of an artist wrestling with inner demons. Others, however, lost patience, calling it the inevitable end for a star who thrived on controversy. Another X comment read, "Lil Nas X played with fire too long and now he's burned himself." Some even speculated it was a PR stunt, noting the TMZ video seemed too perfectly staged. His pristine outfit, combined with him wiping his Instagram clean on August 19 before posting a cryptic, "Oh no, she's gone crazy," fueled these suspicions. While Lil Nas X hasn't issued an official statement, and his reps declined to comment, the public is left swirling in conflicting theories. Is this a genuine breakdown, or the final act of a master manipulator? His request for a good angle while being filmed in such a degraded state suggests he's still trying to direct his own tragedy. But the public now sees him differently. On Reddit, a user wrote, "He was an icon, now he's just a tragedy." This polarization isn't just about his actions, it reflects how society views a star built on audacity. The fallout from Ventura Boulevard dwarfs all prior scandals. Lil Nas X is currently held at Valley Jail without bail, a rarity for minor offenses in Los Angeles, where no bail policies often allow immediate release. His August 25, 2025 court date will decide his fate: release, probation, or real prison time. Sponsors are pulling out, shows are canceled, and Columbia Records' silence signals the empire he built is teetering on collapse. This isn't just a fleeting scandal, it's a breaking point that could erase his past glory. The Ventura Boulevard tragedy, though heavy, is just one chapter in Lil Nas X's complex saga. What happens after the trial will shape his legacy forever, whether it's the start of redemption or the final curtain for a star who once lit up the music world. Lil Nas X's downfall wasn't a single fateful tumble, but the result of a years-long domino effect. Each piece was set early. The initial shock tactics made him a global phenomenon, but also planted the seeds of dependency. At first it was a brilliant strategy, leveraging scandal to turn outrage into profit. But as the spotlight dimmed, shock stopped being a tool and became the only crutch keeping him afloat. The tragedy lies in this. Lil Nas X knew his own cracks. He openly shared his struggles with depression, paranoia, and substance abuse. In one interview, he confessed, "I know I'm not okay, even if I don't want to admit it. I need to work on myself before I come back to the world." But instead of seeking help, he dove deeper into attention, as if the stage lights were the only drug sustaining him. The cost of that choice was losing himself step by step. He turned his pain into public entertainment. When the joy of music faded, when Jay Craze flopped and his label turned away, Lil Nas X was left in a directionless void. With no art to anchor him, he fell back on his old weapons, scandal. But the public, once captivated by his boldness, grew weary. The audacity that made him an icon now felt repetitive, stale, even desperate. Social media comments shifted tone, from glowing praise to biting sarcasm, from genius to clown, from icon to street wanderer. This reversal fed a mix of satisfaction and sorrow. Audiences relished the arrogant star's fall, but quietly mourned a talent's self-destruction. Lil Nas X's lesson isn't just a personal story, it's a mirror to society. The social media era has turned art into a battleground, where creativity is often overshadowed by shock. The line between art and gimmick is so thin an artist can cross it unknowingly. When fame is built on chaos, chaos becomes the harshest judge. The music industry, with its relentless churn of revenue, attention, and social media, never forgives those who lose balance. It demands artists be creative, resilient, and self-aware. Here, Lil Nas X is a heartbreaking case. He had it all: talent, vision, a unique platform, but let inner insecurities steer his choices. He didn't just lose his career, he lost the chance to forge a lasting legacy. Perhaps the most haunting part isn't his collapse, but the open question: was his entire career just a grand performance? Or in his endless race for attention, did he truly lose himself? This question isn't just for him, but for anyone living in an era where every click, glance, or share can shape life. Lil Nas X's journey is a tale of contradictions. An artist who redefined music promotion with audacity but paid the price with his own stability. From a college dropout with $30 in his pocket, he climbed to the peak of fame, only to crash in the chaos he created. Old Town Road was once every kid's anthem, but now the image of him wandering Ventura Boulevard in underwear and a backward traffic cone may be what the public remembers. His story raises a bigger question for us all. What do we really know about the celebrities we idolize or vilify on social media? Is what we see the truth, or just a facade built to keep us hooked? When the stage lights dim, what remains isn't streams or awards, but a person facing their own demons. For Lil Nas X, the line between crisis and performance may forever be a mystery, but the cost of chaos is painfully clear.